drone deluge, Ukraine unleashes aerial assault on Russian soil. In a dramatic escalation of the conflict, Ukraine launched one of its largest drone attacks of the war against Russia, striking deep into enemy territory and bringing the conflict closer to Moscow's doorstep. The massive barrage of unmanned aerial vehicles UAVs targeted multiple regions across Russia, causing damage, disrupting daily life, and tragically claiming one civilian life. This brazen attack shows the Kiev regime's true colors, declared Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov. It only reinforces our resolve to continue the military operation to protect ourselves from such aggression. Moscow under siege. Capital region feels the heat. The assault hit particularly close to home for many Russians, with 20 drones intercepted over the Moscow region alone. In the suburb of Ramenskoye, about 50 kilometers southeast of the Kremlin, debris from downed drones sparked fires in high-rise apartment buildings. Moscow Governor Andrei Vorobyov reported that a 46-year-old woman lost her life when flames engulfed the 11th and 12th floors of a residential tower. The attack forced the evacuation of 43 people to temporary shelters and left a dozen others injured, including 2 in critical condition. Emergency teams are working around the clock to assist those affected and assess the full extent of the damage, Vorobyov stated. Aerial chaos. Drones disrupt Russian airspace. The drone assault threw Russia's air travel into disarray, with authorities temporarily suspending flights at major Moscow area airports, including Domodedovo, Zhukovsky, and Vnukovo. Over 30 domestic and international flights were affected before operations gradually resumed. We took all necessary precautions to ensure passenger safety during this unprecedented attack, a spokesperson for Rosaviatsia, Russia's aviation authority, explained. Defensive triumph or Ukrainian success, conflicting narratives emerge. Russian officials were quick to tout the effectiveness of their air defenses, claiming to have shot down a staggering 144 Ukrainian drones across 9 regions. The Russian Ministry of Defense highlighted that 72 drones were intercepted in the border region of Bryansk alone. However, the sheer scale of the attack and its ability to penetrate deep into Russian territory raised questions about the true success rate of these defenses. Ukraine, maintaining its usual ambiguity about strikes on Russian soil, offered no immediate comment on the operation. Tit for tat, Russia strikes back. As the dust settled from Ukraine's drone assault, Russia wasted no time in launching its own retaliatory strikes. The Russian Air Force claimed to have obliterated a Ukrainian command center in the Kharkov region, releasing footage of precision strikes leveling buildings allegedly used by Kiev's forces. Up to 80 soldiers and 8 pieces of military equipment were eliminated in this successful operation, boasted a Russian Defense Ministry statement. Diplomatic deadlock. Peace talks remain elusive. The latest round of attacks further dims hopes for a negotiated settlement to the conflict. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov dismissed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's peace initiatives as a pain in the neck and pure ultimatum. The West's insistence on Zelensky's so-called peace formula proves they have no genuine interest in honest negotiations, Lavrov asserted during a press briefing in Riyadh. The human cost, civilians caught in the crossfire. As the conflict intensifies and expands geographically, ordinary citizens on both sides continue to bear the brunt of the violence. The death of the woman in Ramenskoye serves as a stark reminder of the human toll this war exacts even far from the front lines. We were awakened by explosions and the smell of smoke, recounted a Ramenskoye resident. It's terrifying to think that nowhere is truly safe anymore. Escalation spiral. What comes next? The unprecedented scale of Ukraine's drone assault on Russian territory marks a significant escalation in the conflict. As both sides ramp up their attacks and counterattacks, the risk of further civilian casualties and wider regional instability grows. This attack demonstrates Ukraine's expanding capabilities to strike deep within Russia, noted a military analyst. It's likely to provoke an even harsher response from Moscow, potentially leading to a dangerous cycle of escalation. The bigger picture. A war of attrition. As the conflict grinds on, both Russia and Ukraine continue to pour resources into their respective war efforts. Ukraine's Prime Minister denies Mayhem recently announced that the country has doubled its weapons production this year, with plans to build over 1 million drones by the end of 2024. Meanwhile, Russia claims to be making gains in eastern Ukraine, capturing several villages in the Donetsk region. The ongoing territorial shifts and escalating attacks underscore the fluid and volatile nature of this protracted conflict. International implications. A world on edge. The latest developments in the Russia-Ukraine war reverberate far beyond the immediate region. NATO members Latvia and Romania reported Russian drones breaching their airspace, highlighting the potential for the conflict to spill over into neighboring countries. As the international community grapples with the implications of this widening war, the search for a diplomatic solution remains as urgent and elusive as ever. Subscribe for more.